Hey, I'm Evan Arkin.
And I'm Greg Peloquin, but as always, you, my amigos, can call me G Pelly.
And we're here for a match between Mark Shanafelt and Christopher Bolick. And I think Mark's on Green White Humans.
That's correct. And it looks like Chris Bolick is playing Esper. Thank God Corrosive Gale isn't in the format, or isn't in sideboards. Spirits.
Yeah, that card certainly hosts people post the Pro Tour, where Finkel and the Sandblack Star City game team took everyone down with their Spirits deck.
I confess, I played a few green decks and I paid $2 at
$2 for your Corrosive Gales?
Yeah, but that was a wise investment. That worked out well. So anyway, the Esper Spirits deck very much can just get going by playing like Phantasmal Images and Drog Skull Captains and Lingering Souls and whatever, and all of a sudden, I think it's favorable wins in the deck too, if I remember correctly.
Yep, their core engine is really hard to interact with. I mean, once you get a Phantasmal Image on a Drog Skull Captain, you have a hexproof team of 3/3 to 4/4 Spirits.
Although to be fair, Mark's deck is also a Freight Train deck in the same way, and that both decks undisrupted. Both decks undisrupted can just create insurmountable board advantages. Right. And he'll do it by like a quick Chapping the Parish or two.
Exactly.
Back it up by Mares and Silverblade Paladins. Oh my! And so, both these decks can build a critical mass quickly. So it'll be very interesting. To see how they interact.
The difference between the two decks is the Green White Humans about a turn or two faster on the aggro side than the Spirits deck. The Spirits engine really starts turning around turn 3 when you can start getting Lingering Souls into Captain.
Okay. So you predict Chris will be the control role here?
Yes, I do. Okay. I think that you have a lot of solid 1-drops from the Green White player, and the Spirits deck only has the Doom Traveler, as their 1-drop, and that's really not effective until the later game when you start.
Okay, so Mark keeps it 7. It looks like Chris is taking a trip to Paris here, going down to 6. So yeah, no, that's a solid prediction. So, do you think Chris will catch on these in the control roll?
I think, yeah.
Say that 10 times fast.
Control. That was only 3. 7 to go.
And you already did a subpar job. Nice going.
Oh, thank you, Kelly. But yeah, I think Christopher will catch on to that really fast. It's pretty obvious when one player has an abundance of 1 to 2 drops, and the other player has an abundance of 3 to 4 drop plays.
So as opposed to the other players we've watched, look at Shanafelt. He just he just barely moves his cards. Actually, he's not flicking around constantly like so many other players are.
Yeah. A lot of the players have tells with the speed of their hands and the way they flick the cards.
Well, actually, Shanefelt's like storing his cards looks like he's planning out his plays there by the order in his hand. You can give away information that way too if you're savvy and pay attention.
That's true.
Especially because when players draw, they'll put the card they draw on the back of their hand, or sometimes you can just tell which card they just drew.
Another good habit to get into is when you draw, you should shuffle that card in your hand, because if you draw and immediately play it, if it's a land drop, then you're telling your opponent you're drawing land off the top.
Right. So
you not have land in your hand.
I might make fun of some players for flicking their cards around. I do it too, but that behavior is founded in sound reasoning.
Yeah, extra information.
Exactly, you're hiding information.
So we say a turn 2 Birds of Paradise from Mark Shanafelt, not the fastest start that the Green White player.
Yeah, it's also not what I expect from humans to be playing. Humans already has Evanston's Pilgrim, Unwall Tracker, Champion the Parish.
Right.
You have a ton of 1-drops already. I'm not sure Bird's what you want to be doing.
No, I don't think this is the deck that wants 8 1-drop Mana Dorks.
No,
we'll
see.
Pilgrim is
maybe built a little differently. So anyway.
I see 2 Gavany Townships in Mark's hand. There's 1.
It's a township. What are we going to do here? Okay.
So, slow start for Mark. Which favors...
You notice it's a slower start because he has a bunch of Sun Petal Groves.
Right.
They all come and play tapped. So here we're tapping 2, 3, what we got? That is a Champion of Lamphold. And a 1-drop in there with Champion Parish.
He correctly plays... Well, the Champion's the human too, right?
Yeah, but no, it's correct.
It's correct to play it in this order because it doesn't want to get chump blocked by Spirit Tokens.
Well, Champion Lamphold is it's a Champion of the Parish with an extra ability, especially at this rate. So there's no so you play it in the correct order, for sure. So what's Chris gonna do here? What do we got? So we got an island and 2 planes. What are we doing?
Looks like it's Lingering Souls. Full promo.
That is the FNM Lingering Souls. So I believe, well, if you had got first or second at an FNM, you would have won one of these. Speaking of which, I think I'm still owed one from this month's FNM.
I got mine.
Well, that must be nice.
We can trade. You want mine? I'll trade it to you.
Well,
you're never seeing yours.
Probably not.
They're just
not gonna happen. Yeah, not gonna happen. Keep the foils away from me.
So
I'll find a way.
Mark's got an attack with the champion. Neither of those creatures can block it.
Correct. So he should.
He's hopefully gonna.
Even the township.
Is he gonna activate the township, or is he?
Yeah,
he's activating his
He's reaching into his Crown Royal back there with a vengeance. You can tell. He's ready to put them counters on.
Oh, 4 counters going to the bird.
Oh, super bird.
Super birds. So now that champion can only be blocked.
Oh, but you can tell Shanafelt feels like he's winning because he's playing a lot faster.
So he's offering did you just offer a trade for 2 spirits in the?
No. Because Champion Lamholt says all creatures.
No, not the Champion Lamholt. Champion the Parish.
What about you can't block Champion either.
Because
all creatures cannot block if their power's less than Champions. That's why Champion's so good.
Oh wow!
That's why it breaks up stalemates and also largely invalidates Lingering Souls.
Clearly.
Christopher's gonna need to find a way to quickly get that Champion off the board because those don't do anything.
He's really on the back foot. Even with the Dark Soul Captain followed by an image, he's not winning this race.
No, he should go for the throat in Chris's hand. So you want to kill the Champion here, but he's thinking maybe I could set up some advantageous blocks here.
Right.
That's possible.
Although Gavany Township makes that a little more difficult.
Yeah, and the fact that Mark was activating Championship there tells me that maybe Chris thinks maybe he doesn't have a whole lot of action here. Maybe it's a bunch of lands.
So I see a Johnny Call Over the Pride in Mark's hand.
A Mirror Crusader, Sun Petal Grove, and what are we doing, guys? Looks like a Crusader.
If it's pre-combat, it's probably a Johnny.
Oh, Johnny, right? Well, you want to play Crusader pre-combat too.
That is true because of the human interactions.
Yeah. Okay, so what do we do with the Johnny here?
It's not.
It's we jump. Oh,
He's gonna jump that.
So is that a 2/2 champion? I think so. So go for the throat and double block there. That seems like what play I'd make. And throw them both under the bus.
And
he takes it. He
takes the 2.
That doesn't seem right.
I would have definitely double blocked.
Yeah, because you'll see they'll quickly snowball out of hand. Because there's the Chandler champion
and now he can no longer profitably block.
Should have blocked.
Yeah, definitely should have blocked.
Maybe he has a wrath or something to buy time.
Perhaps. Let's see, his hand is.
Well, no. If you have a wrath, you block anyway.
Yes, because you're just taking.
Or excuse me, Day of Judgment.
Day of Judgment.
Years of saying Wrath of God ingrained in my mind. I just always assume it's a wrath.
Right.
Well, anyway, the main offending permanent's off the board, and that's the important part. Okay, no Lingering Souls.
And he taps it in a way that makes it so he can't flash it back.
Right, so maybe he has another play, like favorable wins.
Right.
Or something else.
Just noting that he should hopefully have a second play, so it's Feeling of Dread.
Okay, he's Feeling of Dread this hand. Well,
Feeling of Dread.
So we're going to Feeling of Dread here? That seems not like what I want to be doing, but, I don't play, he plays the deck, I don't, so...
Well, it doesn't seem unreasonable to me. I mean, it takes down his 2 biggest threats. On this attack, which means he's not really taking any damage. He's starting to claw back.
Well, yeah, I guess it's the point now where you can't really trade.
No.
Well, again, I'm betting that not double walking that champion is going to come back to haunt
And
them.
if we think a couple turns ahead, I mean, he's going to Feeling of Dread is 2 big threats this turn.
Right.
Next turn he hits him for an additional 4, flashes back a Lingering Souls, and then has the flashback of Feeling of Dread again.
What you really want is from the -3, like you just did. Is that -3 there? Or -2? Is it -2?
No, it is -3.
Okay, so what did we do? What did we do here? Do we add a counter?
Johnny got attacked by the. Johnny
got
attacked by the Lingering Souls.
Just pay attention.
Right.
Okay,
so it got attacked down to 3, and then he +1 up to 4.
Got it. Okay. So now we're tapping the bird after combat, I think. Yeah.
Taking in another.
Oh, we're attacking with the bird. Okay.
Attacking with the bird, casting Mirror Crusader.
Power up.
Leaving up 2 Gavany Townships.
Should there be some counters on your guys there? On your champions?
Yes.
Did we miss those?
It looks like we missed 2 triggers off of the Mirror Crusader coming into play.
Yeah, and now we got a Drug Skull captain now. Yeah.
And this is where we get to see the Spirits Engine really come into play.
And while I'm at this level, at the regular REL level, it's both players' responsibilities to remember the triggers like this.
Yes.
At any higher level, like a PTQ or a Grand Prix trial, Chris doesn't have to say anything.
Chris does not have to say anything. This is true. But FNM, we're focusing on education. It'd be correct to
exactly
point out
building
those
good
triggers.
habits.
So he's beating him for 8 here.
Speaking of good habits, he's attacking for 8 with all those Lingering Souls tokens that didn't block earlier, and kills a Johnny.
So he goes 2 at a Johnny, 2 at your face, so 4 to the face. Johnny's off the board.
Okay. So did we have the Drug Skull captain the whole time? Because if we did, then maybe not blocking there made sense.
Correct.
I mean, I'm not even sure it was at that point, because especially if you're going to double flashback anyway.
Right. So Mark's hand is another champion.
Although,
no, he gets the triggers this time.
Yeah, that flashback Feeling of Dread is going to be huge, though.
Right.
That's big.
That'll probably be the template play to end.
You are racing, and we're now way behind in the race.
I mean, look at how much power that Christopher is on the board. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14.
The problem is, as playing white-green, Mark has little to no ways to get that captain off the board. Now, I don't know his exact list. There could be anything in his deck, even a boat.
And his hand is Mirror Crusader.
Okay, Mirror Crusader.
He beats in.
So you can
leaving the bird back.
And Township is active.
If he taps his bird.
Yeah.
Which will leave him no chump blocks.
And would that be dead?
No, he would go to fall to 2.
10, 12, yeah. Okay, so what are we doing here? All right. So mirror blocking.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's that. There's the.
And if he's doing that,
So we're chumping the.
Chumping the Mirror Crusader.
So it's big. It does the most damage.
It's especially if he activates the Township.
Yeah.
After.
That's fine. I can get behind that.
So is Mark gonna activate? So he chooses not to activate damage.
So Crusader number 2 is coming into play here. Yep.
Yep. And does he get the triggers? He gets the triggers off of this one.
So Chris would theoretically be at 3 and had Shanafelt remember those triggers earlier.
That's true, and we'll see if that's relevant.
Yeah. Maybe not. Maybe he'll just drop like favorable winds or another. Oh no, he's got Phantasmal Image in his hand. We're done here.
Yeah, that should be
image.
game.
Yeah, just image on the Drogsoul Captain. Now they're all 3/3s. You're attacking for
3, 6, 9, 12,
18.
15, 18.
So even if you block, he's still blocking go to 1. No, he's got Feeling of Dread. So flashback, Feeling.
But he doesn't have the other.
Oh, we don't have blue
flash
source.
At black.
It's right. We don't have blue source. So now it comes
he
all in.
Theoretically goes to 1.
Yeah. Bird blocks
and take 15.
That is a true story.
Yeah, I think Mark looks like he's doing the math here, realizing that he can fall exactly to 1 life.
Yep, go to 1, and that'll do it.
Swing for lethal.
Yep.
Yep. Your math is correct, Mark.
Math is correct, Mr. Shanafelt. Yes. All right, and so it's just a matter of turning it sideways and.
Oh, he gets the flashback on the Lingering Souls. Is that going to be enough?
No. No, it's not. I don't think. 1, 2, 3. Nope. Tackle all 5 guys to activate Township, and you're done.
Yes, this is correct. We'll see if Mark sees the line. Just 2 planes and isolated chapter.
Yeah, geez, I have more blue source than any would have won.
Mark asked how much mana he has on top with no cards in his hand and no graveyard effects being able to be played.
Right. Well. Wait, did anyone want 4 guys?
Did he not attack with that final champion of the parish? Or did he just play it? No, he didn't. So did he just not attack with his 5th card?
Did that just happen?
Oh, okay, he gets it anyways. Okay, although
we did get there. Okay. It looks like it's not tapped. Maybe he just didn't tap it. Maybe I couldn't hear if he declared his attack or not. All right. So
as a judge, Greg, if you don't tap it when you're declaring your attacks and then try to say that you attacked.
Okay.
Okay.
So he did say swing at everything.
He did, but he didn't tap his creature. So what's the ruling on that?
If he intended if he said attack with all of them, then just.
At an FNM,
tap your guy.
Tap your guy. You attacked with all.
I mean, it's part of the cost. You forgot to pay it. Just turn your guy sideways.
Right.
That is, that's fine.
Okay.
All right. So how are we sideboarding here? What's going on? Yeah. So Chris is the control role. So
definitely
the control role. It's a control in the control map scenario. You want to be bringing in removal spells to slow down all those champions. You see what happens when the deck gets out of hand.
Against a deck like green-white with little to no interaction with the Spirits deck, the Spirits deck really does have inevitability, so to speak.
Right.
If you can start getting a team of 3/3 to 4/4 Spirit tokens, the green player really can't do much of that.
Yeah, so I like just tripping them up a little bit, slowing them down.
Waiting for your cards to engage and.
Exactly, and again, this goes like a lot of these matches. You're going to notice that it's really all about who's the beatdown. The classic Mike Flores article. Yeah. That's any aspiring Magic player should read. Anybody who wants to get better at their game should read and commit to internalize that article. Because you'll notice that knowing where you're positioned and playing and sideboarding appropriately is.
For example, a good takeaway from that article and other pro-level articles in general is if you ever declare no attacks and declare no blocks with a creature, it's normally incorrect. There are very few circumstances where it's just correct, but you should always think about what role you're in, and if you're not attacking with a creature, you're perhaps probably blocking.
And Another example, is it can change. It obviously changes from game to game. Who's the aggro, who's the control player,
and within games sometimes.
Yeah,
like a Delver.
Yeah, like as we've said before, like as we've discussed previously, like decks like Delver and Fairies can switch seamlessly between aggro and control, and the key to being really good at those decks, and
to see the threshold,
is to know when to switch gears.
Right.
Exactly. That's very important. Okay, so we're just doing the power shuffling here. Another example, though, is again of knowing your role is I played red green aggro for the last few weeks of the standard season. Even though it says aggro is in the type line there, several times I end up in the control role. For example, when I'm playing against green white humans, I'm the control deck.
And Infect, right?
And Infect, I'm the control deck. So I want to neutralize their more explosive starts and then get there with
yeah, you've got
get the
more
job done.
versatile creatures and harder to deal with.
Let my Thrag Tusks and Hunt Masters do their job.
Yeah.
And that's what Chris wants to do here. Keep those stupid champions and Glamhold and of the Parish off the board, and then just to take it down in the air.
Yep.
Correctly setting our giant dice back to 20. All right.
We're very appreciative of them using the giant dice. Some of our players do not. Hint, hint.
My throat's acting up. I need a lozenge.
We'll fetch that right quick for you.
No, you won't. So, I want to see someone just get really angry on camera and chuck the dice.
Chuck the dice. Flip the table.
Yeah,
you would. You love chaos. You just want to see the world burn.
Well, it makes for better commentary.
Yeah.
Makes it more fun for us to watch.
Yeah. I don't know if we're qualified to commentate on actual physical violence, just game violence.
We'll find a way.
Yeah, I'm sure.
That's the hallmark of being expert commentators. You never know.
Yep.
Gotta expect the unexpected.
Yep.
Right,
Magic players are volatile creatures.
All right, here we go. We're getting games underway. Chris is on the play, and let's see what do we got.
Is that
here?
a planeswalker? Because it's
that is a Sorin, Lord of Innistrad.
And you know what? I actually I like that card against the green-white deck. It provides a stream of lifelink chump blockers where you just sort of gain the edge, draw out the game, and help to get into your late game.
And your late game in that case can be the ultimate, and you can take all their.
Yep.
Like, of course, Champion Landfall just brick walls the whole plan there.
So we've got the ideal start from Mark here with 1-drop champion, 2-drop human. I think he's considering if he wants 2 1-drops or a more powerful true drop. It looks like he's got Hamlet Captain, Avacyn's Pilgrim, and Hero of Bladehold.
I've seen their Hamlet Captain in his board there.
Captains.
Yeah. The real best draws are the ones that are just stupid with humans, where it's like champion. It's champion.
Gather the Townsfolk champion.
Magic's hard.
Yep.
We still have this Hero Blade hold.
Yep.
Skillful game. Even still, that's not quite as explosive, but Mark Shanafelt's start here is strong. So Mark
likes to go for the 1-drop over the Hamlet Captain so he can hit turn 3 Hero Blade Hold.
Which I actually... Oh, no, is that your sure it's a Hero Blade Hold?
Well, in his hand it was. So on turn 2 he had a choice between Avacyn's Pilgrim or Hamlet Captain.
Right. But why are we playing Hero turn 3? Why are we doing this?
Maybe he's afraid of counter magic. But
possible.
Out of the Esper deck, it's rare.
Yeah,
especially against the aggro matchups, you would not leave it in.
Yeah.
Post board.
Well, yeah, with the FNM level, you never know. People might just leave those in anyway. You can't assume they're going to board correctly all the time.
That is true, but if I were Mark, I don't disagree with playing.
The
Avacyn Pilgrim.
Okay, so we're doubling up on Hamlet Captain.
Right, so he's all in on champion here, but that's not the damage output is actually lower than if he had just played. Blade Hold.
So yeah, that's the other thing you want to watch for is the advantage on Mark knew this of playing that like that is that he can't trade off both his Midnight Hunting tokens. Like when I use to up like that, Midnight Hunting is a very easy play to read.
Yeah,
so make it too big so he can't trade. That's
a good read.
Yeah, I mean I don't know if he saw it or not. It's possible he did, and if so, a very good play by Mark.
Yeah.
All right, so now we got Captain online here, and now
the choice is: do we leave it back?
Yeah, exactly.
Probably.
So Chris is like, are we racing or?
So the Hamlet Captains pump your team when they attack, right?
See, this is not a position you want to be in if you're Chris.
No,
not even close. You're not equipped. You're not equipped to play defensive like this. you're gonna Mark's just gonna run right over him in this.
Mark even has the option to activate his Gavany.
Yeah, now with the township, this is just
he's gonna. Oh, it's Triumph of the Horde.
Okay, so we got +1
+1/+1 infect to all of your creatures.
I think trample too, right?
Yes.
Here we go.
So switching roles between damage and infect.
So let's see this. 4/4, 4/4.
Hamlet Captain pumps other creatures.
Right. They pump each other.
Yeah.
So okay, and one for the 4/4, 4/8. Jeez.
They don't pump themselves, though.
No, but they're 1/1 from the Triumph.
Yeah.
2/2s, 1 from the Triumph, 1 from the pump. Yeah, they're doing the math now too.
Yeah.
So it should be 4, 8, 12.
1, 2, 3,
16,
4, 5,
17,
6,
18,
7.
19. I think he's got it. Because that champion there is huge. It's 4, 5, 6. It's a 7/7 champion.
Trample infect.
Yeah, 7, 19 infect. He's got 19 infect. You block with all 3.
Yeah,
yep, that's it. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. That's 13 infect coming at him.
Yep.
All right. Well, I guess
fast match.
I guess the two Hamlet captains make sense when you instead of hero when you have
Triumph of the Hordes in your hand.
Yeah, does it quickly.
That card comes out of nowhere. Congratulations, Mark Shanafelt, taking it down with Triumph of the Hordes.
Absolutely.